what would you say your favorite pedals are? Like maybe even not your favorite of all time, but a few that you find yourself coming back to or using a lot right now. And also, what guitars are you using?
Um, right, pedals. What am I using a lot? I always have an Electro Harmonix Hog um, on an ambient board. Um, Although I'm thinking about upgrading to the two, which I'm very nervous about because I don't want to be like, oh, I hate this one. So I always have that. I love that one. I love the New Neighbor Immerse. I've got the Mark One. I think that's a great pedal. The Strymon. Strymon, I actually only own the Big Sky and the Timeline. I've demoed a whole bunch of their stuff, but I don't actually own anything apart from those two. Love those. What else do I use a lot? I'm loving the Boss MD 500, like the big modulation one, because there's something about it, because you can tell that Boss were trying to do what Strymon did. They even kind of copied the casings, if you know what I mean. They were trying to release like the Big Sky, Timeline, and Mobius, but Boss versions. What I really like about them is with the modulation one in particular, you can really kind of fine tune it or get it doing weird things. So I'm using that a lot. I can't think off the top of my head of any more that I'm using all the time. And guitars, I think I've only ever used three guitars consistently on my channel. And two of them are fairly recent. So the guitar I started with is an Ibanez, what's it called? An Art 320, I think it's called. It's like a Les Paul kind of shape, but it's a very, because I was into heavy metal music back then, it's more designed to be a heavy guitar. But I just used that for ambient music anyway, because it sounded good. Then I have a Fender Telecaster, made in Mexico one, which I use a lot now. And then I also have like a Strat, which I put together myself, like a partscaster thing. And that's probably, at the moment, that's the one I tend to pick up the most, just messing around with things. It's a really great guitar just to noodle on.
Nice. I started on Strats, and then I tried to move away from them because I found myself with five Strats, and the only variation was like one HSS model. And I think for maybe about 8 years or so, that also included a period where I wasn't playing. I didn't touch a single Strat. I went through Les Pauls, I went through SGs, I went through a lot of tellies, and now I find myself with Nashville Telecasters. I'm
Okay.
I'm trying to get back to the Strat because it's such an instrument where it's fun. Like your voice can come out through it. Like it's a guitar, you know what I mean? If I was stuck on a desert island and you gave me a Strat, I'd be okay with that. If you gave me a Les Paul, I would appreciate it, but then at some point I'd be wishing that I had a Strat.
Yeah, it's definitely a guitar that you can use over many different types of genres of music and make it kind of sound. It sounds like it belongs there. But yeah, I think mainly I have that thing where I'm really enjoying this partscaster Strat because I put it together. I feel a bit more comfortable playing it. I mean, the other day I was playing it and it just completely broke, and I was like, whoa. And then if that had happened with any other guitar, I'd have freaked out. But because I put that together, I just think, okay, I'll just take it apart and try and figure out what was wrong with it. Whereas my other guitars, I'm a bit more, don't die kind of thing.
Combustible Strats, all right.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
It's an interesting instrument.
It is.